Hello everyone, this is KC868 IoT. In this video, I will tell you how to integrate our KC868-COL logical controller to your home assistant because this logical controller not only can automatically control the output with the input point, it also can read many sensor states such as the analog sensor and the digital sensor and the temperature sensor. Many kinds of sensor can be read the data. So we can see how to integrate to Home Assistant. This is our Home Assistant dashboard. This I have already integrated the COL to the Home Assistant. You can see this is 16-channel analog input, and this is digital input for 16-channel. And also you can display the temperature, 5-channel temperature. I just only put one temperature. You just can put many channels according to you decide. So firstly, what is the KC868-COL logical controller? This is KC868-COL. You can see this is the temperature sensor input, and this IS232 point connect with the relay board and also can connect with other switch terminal board. And this is for the sensor input, many channels. This is analog for 16 channel, and this is digital input for 16 channel. So 16, 16, and the 5 channel of temperature. The total can connect with 37 channel sensor. So I think it's enough for your home automation to use. And what sensor can be used? I have taken some example. This is a water level sensor. This can put the water tank, and when the water level high, and the output signal will be on and close signal. So this is for detect the water level. This is for gas sensor. Also output digital signal. This is for smoking sensor. Also for digital input, detect smoke. And this is for door sensor. It's magnetic. So you can install this on the window, on the door. Detect the door is open or closed. And this is soil temperature and humidity sensor. It's used for agriculture. You can detect the soil, the temperature, and the humidity. And this you can see is CO2 gas sensor. You can detect CO2 gas. This also is analog output signal, just like the humidity and the temperature. And this is light sensor. It can detect the light, the sunshine, also for the agriculture. This output analog signal. And you can see this. This is our water level. The different from the water level sensor for the digital, just this sensor can detect the value of the water level. The first we have see the sensor is just, we can see the state is high or low, but this can see the level from 0 to 5 meters, how much the water level is detected, can use this one. It also output analog signal. And this is a PIR sensor. It's human motion sensor. Just detect whether have human or somebody in your home, in your room. Use this. This is digital output. And this also is useful. This is power feature sensor. You can see this is A, B, C, and N. So it can detect whether the power is feature. If you have 3-phase power, every phase if power feature, it can detect it. This output is digital signal output. We have seen many kinds of sensors. not only the COL only support this, I have let you see the sensor, but also just support any digital input and any analog input from 0 to 5 sensor can be used. So you can use many sensors just according to types support. So let's begin. Use the COL connect with the network cable and the power. We can show you how to integrate it to the Home Assistant. We connect the network cable and the power. The power is DC 12 voltage. Now I will save the time. I have 3 temperature sensor already connected with this socket. We just replace the socket. Okay. I also use a line connect with this point. This point is analog input. This point. Okay, we will test for this. Now we power on. Okay, the hardware is ready. Now we will use the Home Assistant. Because I integrate the COL to the Home Assistant is by the Node-RED. So we can install the Node-RED and the Home Assistant component firstly. I have already created the Node-RED nodes and the follows of the COL. So you can just download from our website, from our official website, and this software and document, just this page, and you can scroll. And this you can see the KC868-COL for Node-RED follow nodes file. This one you can download is a zip file. You can unzip. Then you will go to the Node-RED. And use the import to from the nodes you have downloaded. When you import the nodes, all these blue nodes will not exist because this is I have added the entity ID, just this node to the exist follow. You can see this video on the YouTube. This is a home automation DIY by Node-RED. I have taken a video list. You can see the file. This number 5 is how to use the sensor for the COL to monitor the device. So it's very detailed, and I have already explained the how to work and why setting for this. And this is the Node-RED. Already can have the web interface to show you all this temperature sensor and the COL state. Like this, we can also already get the state from the input, digital input, and the temperature sensor and the analog sensor. So when you import to the Home Assistant by the Node-RED, all these nodes have already worked fine. You just add this list, and when you open the follow, you can see the first follow is the auto report. This is a button, and this is the TCP node. You can set the COL's IP address and the port just according to your network setting. And this wall switch and the Google Home is our before video have created. You not need to see. That is for wall switch and the Google Home speak to control our relay box. And the second is the input state, the node. And just add this at later. Later I will tell you how to setting. And this analog also have this diagram. And this node before is connect to this yellow one directly, I have added this node for Home Assistant, and this is temperature. This is temperature sensor. Also, is I added. This is the power meter. You cannot need to use. I have go on with the development. So you can see the input state, analog value, and the temperature. When you add the entity ID for the digital input, you just set the server is Home Assistant, and the type is binary sense, because the digital input only have 0 or 1, 2 state, so it's binary sense. And this is the name. I have named in input 1. You can change any you wanted. This name, just this name. So you can change it to any input, such as door sensor, PIR sensor, or other sensor state, just according to you. And this is icon. If you use default, you not need to add the icon. And the digital input is very easy. Just copy this node from this entity ID and all connect with the LAN. Just every node changes the name, a different name. You can see the different device. And the analog, just add the entity ID. You can double click. Also, the server is Home Assistant, and the type I choose sensor, not the binary sensor. This is the sensor, and the name I have named analog 1. This analog 1 name just is this one, and this is the unit. The voltage analog is from 0 to 5 voltage. So I have used that V. If you have connect with a water level sensor, you can use the unit for meter. Or if you have a pressure sensor, you can use the unit for Pascal. Just according to your sensor detect which signal type. Okay, you just add all these sensors in the same way. The next is the temperature. The temperature, I have created 5 temperature entity ID on this, and double click. You can see this server is Home Assistant, type is sensor, and its name is temperature 1. COL temperature 1, just this one, temperature 1. And also, I not change the icon, and the unit is this unit. Also, you can change if you want to use F, you can change. So, all this you have added because I ordered to save the time, so I have already added these nodes already. When you just added, you can deploy. Then deploy, you can go to the configuration. You can go to configuration, and you can see the integration. Then you can see the node red. You have found 39 entity ID. So this is, we have created the entity ID from the node red. We have 5 temperature. Then you can go to our view and use the UI design. I can also add a temperature. For example, we can go to this add dashboard and add. If I entity, we can add a temperature 2. This is temperature 2, and this is real state save. Now you can see the temperature 2 is this. So let's test the value changed. We can use iPad to test the temperature. When I hand with the temperature, you can see this is begin up. Also, you can put this temperature to the water. Now we can test the digital input. If the sensor is closed, we can see this digital input 1. When I shut, you can see it will be on, and when I remove, this will be off. When I shut for this, on, and the digital input 2 and 3, and 4. So this can be changed. And now we can test the analog. This is analog input 1. You can connect with your, such as water level and other analog sensor. If I connect with a 3 voltage, you can see the display is 66. This is 66%, not the voltage. So we can change the range. We can see this node red. For example, this one, you can see the range node. When mini is 0 and the max is 5 watts. If we can use 0 to 5, it will display the voltage. If you want 10 and from the 5 max, indicate the 0 to 100%, so it will display the percent of the range. So just according to you use what sensor. If we can change to 5 and we deploy, then we can test again. Now we also give 3 voltage. You can see the analog one is 3. I remove the hand is 0. If I connect with a 5 voltage, this is 5 voltage, so the analog is displayed 5 voltage. So just you can connect any analog from 0 to 5 sensor. You can detect, and you also can change the name and the range and the unit. So at this time, you have list all your digital input and the analog input and the temperature sensor to your home assistant. You can see this real state of the value, and also you can use a triangle for things for automation in home assistant, such as sound relay on and sound relay off. Or you can triangle for send notification, send email, or send other message to your user mobile phone. This just according to the home assistant. So it's very interesting. Thanks for watching.